Bill Schwab, Wine Buys, the wine guy here. I'm here with James Sichel.
Sichel.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong all day. And I'm horrible with names.
Like a seashell.
Like a seashell.
There you go.
Excellent.
That's easy.
Sometimes by the end of the day we'll get it right.
Yeah, okay. We need a little more wine.
Yes,
so
yes.
That will straighten everything out.
And we've tasted the Provence property that you represent. Not Provence, I'm sorry, Gaston property that you represent. Yeah. And now we're going into the chateaus that you actually family own, correct?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You and 5 brothers, correct?
And four of my brothers.
4 of your brothers.
Yeah.
So 5 altogether.
Five of us.
Excellent. And this is the 08, and you have to pronounce it for me, Angoulet?
Angoulet. Yeah, Angoulet. And Angoulet is a property that we have owned since 1961.
Oh, so brand new for you.
Relatively. It's at the time it was a very, very rundown property, and so a lot of work has gone into it. It's in the Margaux appellation.
Excellent.
So part of the Medoc. Sorry.
Yep. Part of the Medoc, which is a Cabernet-based area of Bordeaux. Everybody should know that. For me, most Margaux are sort of the prettiest of the Medocs, prettiest of the Cabernets. Tend to be much more floral and have a lot of layered fruit. I tend to drink a little bit more Saint Estèphe because I like that brutal sort of punch in the face that you get from Cabernet. But the Margaux are, to me, the most layered and the prettiest of the Medoc wines.
Pretty wines is a good way of putting it, because wines from Margaux are considered to be the most delicate and the most elegant of all communal appellations of the Medoc, and that is to say also the most feminine wines of the Medoc. And the further north you go, the more structured, the more powerful they get, and the more masculine the wines get. So
even aggressive, we'd say.
Sometimes they get. Yeah.
But I find myself going more and more Margaux wines as I grow a little older, and I think the reason why is because I'm just not going to be alive long enough to collect young Coste d'Estrades or Cologne Segura anymore. That going into Margaux is just a way to have that same wonderful Bordeaux at a much younger, more approachable age, which is definitely true here for the 08.
Yeah, no, it is. 2008 is a very nice vintage. It's probably not the most dense and concentrated vintage that we have produced, but it's very delicate. It's very elegant, and
it has beautiful little bit of extraction to it, and a wonderful floral and almost a cherry cassis in the background, but not heavy, not a sharp, high acidity to it. No. Well rounded, very, very nice.
And it's what we are producing, what we do want to produce with these kind of wines, which are not, again, big, powerful, robust wines. Again, whereas they're delicate, elegant, fine, silky wines. What we're looking for is balance.
What's the oak use here?
It's about 1/3 new oak.
Okay.
From the alley.
I got just a little bit of spice to it, just as I was letting it finish across, that little bit of oak spice to it. Yeah. I was just wondering how much oak was in there, because it's very well integrated. Beautiful.
Very well integrated, and that's also a very good point, because oak should never be, we feel, in our wines anyway, should never be a dominant feature. We feel, because again, we produce wines that are very delicate, they're very silky, they could be very easily overpowered by oak. And we feel that oak should be one of these elements that helps enhance the overall structure of the wine, but in no way should it coat the wine.
Well, you feel about oak the same way I feel about oak, what I call the cilantro effect. Because if you taste cilantro, it's too much cilantro in the meal, right? Cilantro should be a background flavor, and people always just chop up a bunch of fresh cilantro, throw it in there, and it overpowers everything. This is the same way I feel about oak. Oak should be a background, should be a supporting flavor. Great job. I think we're running a hot price on this too. $38. $38 for the next week. I think it'll, yeah, I think it'll jump back up to the just sub of 50 after that time. James, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.